Last night, you were falling, or you were being chased, or you opened your mouth and your teeth crumbled out like chalk. You woke up confused, maybe a little relieved, and went about your day like nothing happened. But something did happen. Your brain ran a simulation it has been running for thousands of generations, and you have no idea why. Here is the strange part. Almost everyone has had these exact 6 dreams. Not similar dreams, the same ones. Falling, being chased, losing teeth, showing up naked in public, trying to run but your legs won't move, failing a test you didn't study for decades after you last took one. Strangers on opposite sides of the planet with completely different lives are having the same nightmares on the same night. That is not a coincidence. That is biology.
Let's start with falling. You're standing on solid ground, then suddenly you're not, and your stomach drops before your brain even catches up. Researcher Antti Revonsuo proposed something called the threat simulation theory, the idea that dreaming evolved as a kind of nighttime rehearsal space. Your ancestors who slept in trees, on cliffs, on unstable ground, needed a built-in alarm system for the single most common cause of death in early humans, falling. So your brain still runs the drill. You don't need the warning anymore. You sleep in a climate-controlled apartment, 8 feet from the ground. Your brain didn't get the memo.
Being chased works the same way. It's the most reported dream theme in the world, and dream researcher Calvin Hall, who spent decades collecting and cataloging tens of thousands of dream reports, found that chase dreams appear across every culture he studied. The threat changes. Sometimes it's an animal. Sometimes it's a faceless person. Sometimes, somehow, it's your boss. But the structure never changes. Something is coming, and you cannot quite outrun it. Which, if you think about it, is also just an accurate summary of most Mondays.
Now, teeth falling out. This one feels almost too specific to be universal, and yet it is. One theory, supported by psychologist Patrick McNamara's work on dream content and emotional regulation, links it to anxiety about appearance, aging, or loss of control. Your teeth are visible. They're permanent, supposedly. When they crumble in a dream, something in you is processing a fear of decline, of things falling apart that you assumed were solid. Some researchers have also connected it to literal physical sensations, like jaw clenching during sleep, that your sleeping brain tries to explain with a story. Either way, you wake up running your tongue across your teeth, just to check. Everyone does it. Nobody admits it. Then there's the naked in public dream, which is somehow both deeply embarrassing and completely harmless. You're at school or work or a wedding, and you suddenly realize you forgot something rather important: clothing. Psychiatrist Rosalind Cartwright, who studied dreaming as a form of emotional processing, found that exposure dreams often spike during periods when someone feels exposed in waking life. A new job, a breakup people know about, a presentation you're not ready for. Your subconscious doesn't have a subtle way of saying everyone can see right through you. It just shows you naked at the office. The frozen legs dream is its own kind of cruel. Something is coming. You need to run, and your legs move like they're underwater. This one actually has a physical explanation layered into the psychological one. During REM sleep, your body enters something called atonia, a temporary paralysis that stops you from physically acting out your dreams. Useful, mostly, unless you happen to be dreaming about running. Your brain wants speed. Your body has the parking brake on. The result is one of the most universally frustrating sensations a human can experience while completely unconscious. And finally, the exam dream. You're 41 years old. You have a mortgage. You have not taken a math test since George W. Bush was president. And yet there you are, sitting down to an exam you didn't study for, in a class you don't remember enrolling in, with the clock running out. Researcher G. William Domhoff, who has spent his career analyzing large databases of dream content, found that performance anxiety dreams like this one don't fade with age. They just change costume. Your brain doesn't actually care that the test is over. It uses the test as a stand-in for any moment where you feel evaluated, unprepared, and quietly terrified of being found out.
So what connects all 6? None of these are random. They are old software still running on new hardware. Falling kept your ancestors alive on a cliff edge. Chasing kept them alive in tall grass. Exposure, paralysis, decline, evaluation — these are not modern anxieties invented by smartphones and group chats. They're ancient ones, just wearing your face instead of theirs. Tonight, when you finally fall asleep, your brain is going to run some version of this same drill. Not because anything is actually chasing you, not because your teeth are actually falling out, but because somewhere underneath your calendar and your group chats and your 41 years of not taking exams, you're still the same animal who once needed to survive the dark. You just call it a bad dream now.